Hello golfers, Eric Brzezinski here, day 22. Over today and tomorrow, we're gonna talk about setup. We're gonna revisit that. We did a little bit of it on day one, but we're gonna revisit it and touch on it a little bit more. And tomorrow, we're gonna talk about pre-shot routines. So the next 2 days won't be swinging much, but we're gonna be doing a lot of stuff to get us started in a position and with a method and process so that we can make an actual good backswing from there. A lot of problems are caused at setup. Good players can overcome some of those problems, but setup is pretty easy. It doesn't require much athletic talent, just actually being able to do something consistently time and time again and knowing what that thing to do is. So the first thing we're gonna do, I'm just gonna jump right into the drills. I'll talk a little bit about the flaws that we see from people as we're into those. But the first thing that we're gonna do is grip a club about this far apart. I don't really care too much how your hands are. You can have them both like this, you can have them both like this. I sometimes prefer them to be like this because that's closest to how we grip the club. Today I'll probably mostly go like this, both palms facing me a little bit. And we're gonna take the club and we're gonna spread our feet out just outside of our hips, and we're gonna just fall forward so our arms are hanging. You can see I'm just hanging my arms here. I'm not holding them out or against my thighs. I'm gonna hang my arms, fall down, and let my knees bend just a little bit. I want you to check where this club hangs to your eyes. To my eyes, I see the shaft just along the edge of my toes, okay? I don't want to have the shaft way in here where it's up my leg part way, nor do I want to have my arms hanging out here, okay, where it's outside of my toes somewhere. I want to just have the club and my arms hanging down like this, okay? And they'll go somewhere, kind of cut off your toes almost, generally speaking, or they'll be, if your arms are out just slightly, they'll be just outside the edge of your toes, but somewhere in that couple inch range, okay? While you're doing that, I want you to pay attention to this part, to what your hips are doing, okay? And where your eyes are looking. By looking at where the shaft falls on your feet, your eyes will tend to be down, your chin will tend to be down. So that takes care of that. We don't want to see people like with their chin up trying to look at the ball out of the bottom of their eyes like this. Just go ahead and look down at where the ball would be, and that way you can move your eyes slightly and look at where the shaft falls across your toes. Also the hips, like I said, okay? We don't want to see people's hips like this, rolled, this way, okay? Nor do we want to see people's hips rolled under them like this too much. Okay, so if you just start standing, fall over, right? Start standing, fall over, let your knees bend just a little bit. We don't want to see a bunch of knee bend. We don't want to see no knee bend. Fall, sag. Look directly at the ball out of the center of your eyes. Okay, that's the first drill. The second drill, we're gonna grab I have two 10-pound weights. You can grab a single 20-pound weight and hold it kind of on both ends. I'm gonna just use these two 10s. You can grab some cartons of milk or some gallon jugs of water, something that's 5 to 10 pounds, something like that. Same drill. Okay, we're gonna start with them up here a little bit, fall over a little bit so they're hanging, okay? And then our knees are bent slightly. We don't wanna have our weight back in our heels where our toes are easy to come off the ground, nor do we wanna have our heels almost coming off the ground like that. Fall over, stand like that, check your hips, right? We don't wanna have our back straight or too rounded or anything like that. This is pretty simple, very similar to the previous one we just did. Okay, let your arms hang a little bit. Again, they'll be crossing right about here across your feet. That's the second drill. For the third drill today, we need your old friend the pool noodle or a piece of wood or a piece of pipe or something that you can stand on and be unbalanced. I want you to set your foot down, not too far in the back like this, in the heel, not too far up on the front. Try to get it right in the middle of your feet. Okay, as you can see there, pretty much right in the middle of those feet. Okay, then you're gonna set the club down. I don't want you to lean on the club like this, okay? The club is not your third point of support. I don't want you to be back on your heels like that, nor do I want you to be rocked forward on your toes like that. This is not easy. Again, it's a balance and stability drill. I want you to start like this. You can use the club as a third point of contact at first. Then I want you to lift the club up, Okay, and try to hold it without your pressure going into your toes or heels very much for 5 seconds. If you can do 5 seconds, that's pretty darn good. Your toes and heels are gonna touch slightly, okay, unless you're far more stable than I am. They're gonna touch slightly. What I don't want is you to rock hard back and forth and balance like that, okay? Try to get pretty neutral. Positioning of this is critical, okay? Then stand there for 5 seconds. Try not to put too much weight on anything. Okay? So that's day 22. Look forward to tomorrow, where we'll talk about some pre-shot routine and very quickly some post-shot routine stuff. I'll see you then.